I've just woken up at 6 a.m., meaning I have to get up from my bed and sit on my computer chair and script some videos on my computer. But I'm scared of what's ahead of me. I want to work for the 1 hour I have before school, but these past few weeks I've just been slacking and waking up late, and the pain to comfort ratio in my bed is just too strong, and I end up falling asleep past 7 a.m. And as I'm getting up from my bed and getting ready for school, I feel so guilty for wasting this precious time in the morning just like that. This same day, I'm sitting in my room reading the book Atomic Habits when my eyes look into a particular paragraph and I just couldn't get it out of my mind. The next day, I'm laying in my bed at 6 a.m. again, and instead of creeping myself out and telling myself that I'm gonna work for 1 hour before school, I changed my mindset. I tell myself something different, and for once, I actually feel excited and motivated to actually work in the morning. Something that I wouldn't have been able to say just a few days ago. Yet all I did was tell myself that I'm gonna work for 10 minutes, and instead I worked for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And that story taught me something very interesting. And after rereading Atomic Habits and taking action on what I actually learned, I realized that there are actually two main reasons people procrastinate, or at least why I procrastinated after reading Atomic Habits. And usually you get told by these big influencers that you need to be disciplined and that you need to be motivated. But to be honest, you actually don't. And I'm going to tell you that I'm actually one of the laziest persons you'll ever meet. And what I mean by that is not that I'm just lazy laying in my bed all day. What I mean is that I'm not that disciplined. I'm not that motivated. I just know the two things that make me procrastinate and I just change them to make them easier for me. So I still do the hard work that many people would think I'm so disciplined for. Like I'll be working out every single day religiously. I'll be waking up at the same time. I'll be recording some videos, scripting some videos every single morning. I'll be reading books, but it isn't me trying to force myself to read them, trying to be disciplined or trying to wait for the motivation to come around. I just do it because I'm able to change these two levers that I'm going to tell you in a minute. And I don't know if you've ever felt this, but almost like your habits have become a chore one day. I remember when I used to kind of meditate just to meditate because it was like a good habit. But after a while, it almost became like a chore, like an intrusion to my day. Like I just did it because I knew it was a good habit, but at the end of the day, I didn't really want to do it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I literally had to almost discipline myself just to sit down for even like 3 minutes just to sit there, because I almost had like no reason to do it. And it's almost like driving without a destination. It's like you're just driving to drive. Same with me just meditating just to meditate. Just I didn't really have a reason to do it. I didn't really have a reason to do it. Therefore, I ended up just not doing it for a very long time. But then when I reread Atomic Habits, something literally just clicked in my mind. So I remember this one time I'm literally sitting in my room and I'm reading How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I really don't want to do it because I would prefer to watch videos because it'll be a little bit more entertaining. Maybe Mr. Beast has posted a new video. But I knew if I read, then maybe I'll learn a new insight. That insight might change my whole course of my life. Let's say I learn, just for a random example, let's say to be interesting, you need to be interested. And I realized, oh, so you need to ask more questions for people to be more interested into you. So then, let's say in the future, I use that on someone and eventually they like me way more. And because of that, I was able to learn from them way more because they liked spending time with me. And because they liked spending time with me, I would learn a lot from them. And therefore, my whole life would have changed just because I read these few sentences in a book. When I framed it like that, I was like, wait, why would I watch a video when I could literally be reading? When I could literally just read a page, learn that, and have that for the rest of my life. Or I could just watch a video that's gonna affect my dopamine receptors, it's not gonna help me, that's just gonna waste my time, and it's just gonna make me go past my sleep schedule. And what I did was connect my habit to a primal desire. For example, let's say you just go to the gym because, let's just imagine you go to the gym and this is your first time going to the gym and you've never gone before. You go there for the first time and it's kind of nice, you know the health benefits. And then let's say you go there twice, and third time, and the fourth time, and the fifth. And let's say after a month, you're like, yeah, the gym is kind of nice for the health, but like, what do I gain from it? But then imagine after a while you connect going to the gym to you getting girls. And you probably already do this. You probably think like, okay, if I go to the gym, I'll build the muscle. And if I build the muscle, I'll feel more confident. And if I feel more confident, I'll get the girls. That's why you're probably motivated to go to actually work out. That's why you're actually motivated to work out most of the times. That's why maybe for your other habits, you're not that motivated because you don't have that connection. And that's exactly what I did, was connecting my habit to a primal desire of mine. And primal desires can be status, money, girls. And these are like highly driven pursuits that you're going to want to get. So for example, my meditation song became a chore, like an intrusion to my day because I didn't want to do them. It almost felt like boring and I didn't really have a reason to do them. They weren't even fun either. But then I was like, okay, if I sit there here for 3 minutes and I just focus on my breath and I don't get distracted, then I'll be more present around girls. If I'm more present around girls, they're more likely to like me. Okay, But also, if I meditate, then I'll build up a little bit of discipline. That discipline might bleed over to my workouts, to other good habits. That's gonna elevate my level of happiness, gonna elevate my confidence, and that is gonna transfer to me getting more girls, to me spending more time with other people, and this is gonna sound a little bit evil, me being better than other people. So when you frame it like that, you're like, oh shit, I should meditate, because why wouldn't I? It kind of makes you dumb for not meditating. And that's the first. And that's the first core lever that I found out about Atomic Habits. But there's something interesting. Even though you might link, let's say you would get whatever you want in the world from this one habit, there is still one barrier of friction that really hit me a lot. And that was making it easy. Okay, shut the fuck up. I'm actually going to play with this. What the fuck? But there's still one issue. There's still one issue. You know you want to do the habit, but there's still just one last barrier of friction that I'm going to tell you in a minute. And this one really affected me a lot for a long while. And I hope I can save you a lot of time by just telling you this, and you not having to go through the pain, and you not having to kind of have to reread Atomic Habits for this. Like the story that I told you at the beginning of the video, this is exactly what I used. I used to, like I told you, I was sick, and then I ended up not really working in the morning because I ended up staying in bed because I was a little bit sick. And for some reason, I stayed sick, and it was probably because I used to take cold showers even though I was sick, and my dad was telling me I shouldn't. But bro, I just hated waking up without taking a cold shower. And eventually, when I did get well, when I did actually, I don't know, sleep properly or something, I got up, but I didn't really want to work. So I just go back to bed. I didn't really want to script on my computer. I didn't really want to make a video. I didn't want to do anything. But then after a while, I was like, okay, what if I just connect this to a primal desire? Okay, let's try that. So I'll be like, okay, if I get up right now, I'll be able to work. And if I work, I'll be more confident at school, because I'll feel like I did something before school. I was able to record a video, script a video, and then I'll be able to go to school and feel happy, and maybe I'll be able to attract girls because I'm more confident. But even though I fantasize about all that, I'm telling myself that the work like this has actually built up my channel. I've literally been able to help you, help other people just like you, who want to learn and who don't want to be like basically normal people. I was like fantasizing about all of that, but I just laid there fantasizing. I didn't actually get up and do it because there was just one last barrier of friction. It was just too difficult. So when I read that part of the book, I changed my whole mindset. So one day I wake up and I tell myself that I'm going to script for 2 hours. And I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. But then I'm like, okay, let me actually put what I learned into action. And I tell myself that I'm only going to script for 10 minutes. It's not that much. At least I'm going to be making some progress. But at least it's not me just laying in my bed not doing anything. At least I'll get a little bit of the benefits. But you want to know the interesting part? I ended up scripting for 1.5 hours. Usually, getting into an action is usually harder than actually just maintaining it. And we as humans are just way more likely to gravitate towards an easier option. For example, that's why watching a video feels so much easier than reading a book, because it's just like that easier option. So what I did, it was like, instead of me trying to meditate for 10 minutes, I cut down to only 3 minutes. So it was so I lowered the bar to entry and was actually able to start meditating again. Same with my work. Instead of trying to work for 3 hours like I used to, or 1 hour before school, I just told myself that I'll work for 10 minutes. At least I'll make some progress, and I go back into the flow of it. And later I could just increment the time, go back to 30 minutes and then 1 hour. Same with meditation, I could go from 3 minutes to 5 to 10, and I'll be able to maintain that. And whenever I drop down again, then I'll be able to just do the same thing, and it becomes easier and easier and easier. And to be honest, you don't even need to be that disciplined to be that productive, or to actually do the good habits consistently. It's just literally using these small tactics, for example, making it easy and making it attractive, where you connect this to a primal desire. Because imagine someone tells you that you need to throw this bar 100 meters from here. Now that's just very difficult, obviously. But imagine they tell you, if you do it, I'll give you whatever you want in the whole world. You get your 10 out of 10 wife, you get, I don't know, infinite amount of money, you get this, you get infinite vast wealth of, let's just say it's a genie. They can give you like all the knowledge in the entire world, in the entire universe, just by you throwing this bar. Now obviously it's going to be difficult, but you're actually going to want to do it, because it's going to be, okay, if I do this, then I'm going to get all of this. So it's going to seem a little bit dumb not to do it. And imagine you and the genie are in a football field, and now you only have to throw it 10 meters because the genie thought it was going to be too difficult. And imagine you only have to throw this bar 10 meters and you're going to get everything you've ever wished for. And then imagine you do that for every single one of your habits. You didn't even need to be disciplined for that. You're just basically doing it for fun. It's basically a game for you. Imagine you're basically playing a game. You're basically having fun. While other people are here trying to discipline themselves to meditate for 10 minutes and they're struggling over there. While me and you are actually using these tactics, being actually intelligent about this and reading books like these to make our habits way more consistent. And I'm not gonna lie to you, being on this journey of self-improvement and improving yourself is not easy. So if you're here and watching this video and if you've gotten to this far, you should actually be proud of yourself. Because there's not many flashy edits to this video, and you do probably have a top 0.1% attention span for being able to click on this video and watch to the end. So you should actually be very proud of you for that. You should actually be very happy for you. And you should actually be very proud of you, and you gain my respect for that. And you should actually feel very proud of yourself, and you actually do gain my respect for that. Because imagine you stick to the journey for 5 years. Imagine where you would be. I always fantasize about this, and maybe you do too, where you always kind of, you know you're doing the good habits, you know that you're doing the good things, but you just always visualize yourself almost, what would your life be maybe 1 year from now, 5 years from now. If last year, for example, for me, last year, basically, I didn't even go to the gym consistently. I didn't do really many of the good habits. I didn't really do this. I didn't really do that. I didn't really read that many books compared to now. I'm really learning a lot from reading books. Imagine myself 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. It always brings me that energy, and you probably feel that too. You always you know you're doing the good habits, you know you're reading, and you have that energy inside of you that's almost excited to see what you'll be like maybe a few years from now. What you'll be like maybe 5 years from now. What you'll be like 5 years from now. So to summarize this video and some practical things you can do after you watch this video, so you don't just consume it, but you actually take action. Pick a habit that you probably haven't been that consistent with, or you kind of want to get into, but you don't really want to, or something like that. Just pick a habit that you might be struggling, or a habit that you're trying to get back into, but you're struggling, or whatever. Just pick one of your habits that you might be struggling with in any way, shape, or form. And remember, make it attractive. Make it you doing the habit to you getting a primal desire of money, status, girls, just basically getting the things you want. If you connect you doing the habit to you getting what you want, then you're just going to be way more likely to do it. Because it's going to actually seem dumb to not do it. So your brain just basically connects that to you getting girls. And you actually almost visualize it. This is what I did, is like, whenever I would be procrastinating to go work out, I wouldn't just kind of tell myself, okay, if I work out, then I'll be able to get girls. Like, not like that. I would literally visualize myself, me working out, and me kind of getting the pump on my muscles. Because my muscles will grow a little bit, that girl will be more attracted to me, and I almost visualize it in my mind. So you don't just have to say it, you actually have to believe it. And the second thing is, maybe look for some habits you've been slacking on, or maybe some habits that are basically that you've been struggling to get back into. So you're not actually going to have to pause this video, because I'm actually going to think with you some habits that I might be struggling with. So let me think. Probably gratitude journaling for me. The reason you gratitude journal is to make you actually feel good about life, to not see everything in a negative manner. And I haven't really been doing that because I thought it was just kind of like me. Actually, yeah, you're right. I just realized that I haven't been gratitude journaling because I haven't really connected it to me getting what I want. I can't just do it just to do it. So how can I connect that? Okay, if I gratitude journal, I'll be way more likely to just be happy, or I'll be confident. And if I'm happy, I'm way more likely to be confident because I kind of feel good in my body and whatever. And if I feel more confident, I'll be able to attract more girls. If I feel more confident, I'll be able to be more present around girls. I'll be more present around other guys. I'll be able to learn from other guys. I'll be able to grow myself. I'll be able to make more money in the future. Now that's crazy now, think about it. Imagine you did that with me. So just pick a habit, like maybe you've been slacking with your workouts, maybe you're slacking with your meditation, maybe you've been slacking with another habit similar, and you just make it easy. Instead of you trying to do the 1 hour workout but you haven't done that in a really long time, how about you decrease it to just 30 minutes or just 10 minutes? That's what I did sometimes. Or maybe you go from meditating for 10 minutes to just 3 minutes. So if you actually take action on this, you're actually going to benefit from this video way more than everybody else will. So if you do that, you're actually basically ahead of basically 99% of people. Not even that, 99.9. Because first it's actually watching this video and getting this far. And second of all, it's actually watching this video and take action. And if you actually did that, wow, you actually have a 0.001% like attention span, the action span. I don't know what you would call it, but you should actually generally feel proud of yourself for actually getting this far and actually taking action. And I want to reward you for that. So if you have been struggling with productivity, or maybe something related to productivity like habits like I'm speaking about in this video, then so DM me on Instagram your exact problem, whether it's related to productivity or habits or something related to that. So you DM me your specific problem and I'll be able to help you with that. I'll be able to give you like one-on-one free coaching, just giving you a little bit of advice for you to benefit, and also I get a little bit of benefit because I kind of reinforce what I already know. So you can just send me a DM on Instagram. That will just take a look at the description, and I'll see you in my DMs, I guess.